I just want you to, So, and then, from there, you hit me. You saw what I was doing. You hit me with the intro, And yeah, from there, I just been, kind of pushing, just producing, man,
And also, plug where everybody can get your music and listen to your music.
Oh, SoundCloud, Little Boy Blue. You can just search Little Boy Blue on SoundCloud. And that's Blue without an E. That's a nickname my mom gave me too when I was little. Okay. It's not like me trying to be cool. She gave me that nickname too because I was always like a serious type. Why is the world gotta be this type kid? So she was just like, you a kid? Like, why are you so blue? Like little boy. My mom still calls me. Yeah. T-Lake. Shout out my T-Lake.
All right, so give a couple shout outs to some people in the chat room. We got The Real Deal, Courtney Harden. I think he just finished this show. We got Big L. We got DJ Queen. Who else we got? We got Mac Farrell in here. Appreciate everybody. So we have Cleo Mclain in studio today talking about music, motivation, and sports. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. So being that you are from Dallas, grew up in Dallas, from Dallas, do you ride or die with all the Dallas teams?
Oak Cliff to be exact. Let's just put that out there. Oak Cliff is its own city now. We just put that out there. But I definitely ride with all Dallas teams. I ride with all Texas teams, honestly. Like, put it like this. If it's the finals and it's between all the, it's between, Rockets and Cavs, I'm going for Rockets. Yeah. Never been a Rocket fan in my life, but it's Texas. You hear me? Like, I love Texas. Anything Texas, man. Like, anything Texas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the intro that he made, if you guys haven't heard it, I played it at the beginning of all my shows, but he was able to put in different clips from Mavs, I believe from a Mavs game, from a Cowboys game, and from a Rangers game. So it's amazing of what he was able to put together. But he's grown up in Oak Cliff, so he's a fan. Let's talk about how this Cowboys season went. How do you feel about it? Are you bitter about it?
I'm a Cowboy fan, bro. I ain't gonna ask me if I'm bitter about it. Like, we always bitter about it. Like, we come up with the most excuses. We got, but it's our favorite line. It's next year. Next year is the year. I just had a nephew named. His name is Dallas. So that's gonna be that's gonna be the new good luck. That's gonna be the new good luck for the city. We gonna win this next year, 2018-19.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But of course I'm bitter about it though, man.
Yeah. There's no way to be okay with how that season went, especially that last game of the season. That was like a Pop Warner game, basically.
Yeah.
So Big L is in the chat room. He's got a comment. He said, Texas is the most overrated sports state in America. Facts.
Hold up.
It gets a little rowdy in here. It gets a little rowdy. But we're high on our teams. I would say that.
That's just
Texas is big like that. If you come here, I seen this picture that said, it showed like Texas, and then it showed everywhere else. And it was like Texas, and then the rest of it was Canada. Because it was like, that's the way Texas people are. We care about Texas. We don't care about anything else.
Facts, man. That's super facts. Like, literally. I mean, I think it's because, too, like you said, Texas is so big. Even being like a local artist here, Texas is so big here. You can do so much here and become a millionaire locally here. Yeah. You got even like artists like Lil Flip. He still tours. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like in Texas and still making millions. So I think that's why we like that. I mean, Texas is its own country. I always say that. Like, we got our own slang. We got, as far as the sports though. That's just, I don't know. That's just a culture down here. Sports and oil. That's
pretty much that's what go together.
that's what Texas is, man. Right, sports, oil.
That's
family, church. Right, you gotta get to
church. Yes,
yeah,
yes. You gotta do both. You gotta do sports and church. Some people didn't get into the oil, but they end up making it pretty well. Mm-hmm. But a couple of things from this week. And once again, we got Cleo Mclain in studio. We're talking sports, motivation, music. A couple of things from this week. Jerry Jones, who it says he owes $2 million to the NFL.
Sheesh.
$2 million because of his.
Sheesh.
I'm thinking his comments that he had towards Goodell and Goodell not getting an extension. And obviously Goodell still got the extension, but $2 million is a lot of money. Now to Jerry, that's probably not that much, but $2 million is a lot to find an owner. So I don't really understand. I don't understand that, but Jerry's all ready to go to court. Jerry's not going to pay anything unless he feels
this is Jerry
that he should pay it. And even then, if he thinks he should pay it, he still probably won't pay it.
Nah, this is Jerry, right?
Jerry don't play with his money, man.
Super gangster. He run things how he run it. Like he pretty much the head of the NFL. If you ask a lot of people, like, you know, he make his own moves. But I mean, I think it had a lot to do with other owners too chiming in.
I agree with that.
You know how it be. It's like, you know, if we did that, you know, type of thing.
Right.
You know, because it's Jerry type of thing, you know. So I think Gooden, you know, he's trying to put his foot on his neck and, you know, try to make it, you know, of course a lot of people are making it personal because of the battles they've had, you know, in between each other. But I'm not really sure, man. I know I got people owe me $5 ducking me, so $2 million? Yeah.
Right.
Sheesh.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
A comment in the chat room, Big L says, "We America, give Texas back to Mexico." That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Sorry.
When has America gave anything back? Like, let's just be clear. Like,
right. But that, to me, that was an interesting story. And shout out to Miss Tori Lee in the chat room, X Squad affiliate. Everybody in the X Squad, you know, we support each other. We support each other's shows. Appreciate all the support. The other thing from this week, the NFL is thinking of changing a couple of rules. One of them is the catch rule. The other one is the 15-yard limit for pass interference. So the way the pass interference is now is wherever the spot of the foul is where the ball gets taken to. So if they throw a pass for 50 yards and it's pass interference, that ball's going to get taken from wherever to the 50 or to whatever the yard line for 50 yards. I think that's a great idea to change that to 15 yards because it's crazy to allow that to be a 50-yard penalty. That just doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't understand that. The catch rule, obviously, with them coming out saying the Dez catch was a catch, with all Dallas fans like, come on, bro. We already knew that from the jump, and now you want to come out and say that after a bad season. But what's your thoughts on the rules on the Dez catch and kind of what's going on with that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It ain't looking too good for the NFL, man, lately. Like, they got to get it together, man. Yeah. Like, between the last, 2 years?
Yeah.
I think it would have been maybe 2.5, but, man, the NFL just been going through it, headline after headline, man. And as far as with the Dez catch, like you said, man, our Cowboy fans, you know, we got the Rewind TV these days. We be running it ourselves at the house. We our own referee. We been telling y'all, you know, but even Dez told y'all, you know. So it's just, but for that, it's like, what are y'all gonna do? Like, give us a championship, or
I mean, you can't really do anything about it.
You know, what's the point of just telling us? Like, you know, there's no point of just telling us, like, you know, what you gonna do? You give us a reparations? Like,
you give us some type of package so that we can take. So I mean, it's a spit in the face. But you know, we already knew that. Now you want to come out and say that now? It's bad for Dallas fans. That's just more bad news that we just got. Mm-hmm. So we got to move on to this upcoming year. We got Zeke coming back for another year. We got Dak coming back. We got to make some draft picks that would truly help us, the team, and help us move forward. So we'll see what happens with that. Another thing from this week, the concussion thing, which there was, I think it was 17% more concussions this year. So now the NFL saying they need a call to action. Like, it's NFL. Number one, anybody that goes into football has to know that's what the consequences are. You have to know that.
Facts.
So when you go into it and you know that there's concussions, I think part of it is on the player. Part of it is on the NFL.
That's what I'm gonna say too. You gotta, like a lot of times, especially in 2018, man. Like we see headlines and run with them. Like let's investigate the players' lives first and see their conditions and see if they was even supposed to be there. Or you don't know people's conditions. So
right,
that's real.
Yeah, but I think the NFL does have a part in it because they are employing these guys, obviously.
True.
And they have to. Of course, they got to forewarn the people and say, this is something that could potentially happen. Now, as far as trying to make the game safer, there is no way. There's no way to make the game safer. These guys go helmet to helmet all game.
Man.
Offensive lineman, helmet to helmet all game. To me, there's no way that you could possibly make this game safer. It is going to be dangerous. It just is. There's no like, well, maybe if we put huge foams over their helmets, maybe that'll help. No, it still is going to be an issue. So for report to say a call to action, how much action are they actually going to, how much are they going to take?
Right.
What exactly can they do? And to me, that's the biggest question in this whole conversation.
Right. I mean, if they keep going, it's going to turn into, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the NBA is up right now on the NFL, but if they keep going, it's going to turn into the NBA. Like, you know how they changed their rules, and it kind of make the game easier to play now in the NBA. Like, no hand checking, no, that type of thing. So making the game a lot more softer. But as far as with football, like you said, it's kind of no way, like, unless you start saying, it's really no, it's what you going to do?
It's helmet to helmet. Like, even if you try to say, even if they try to say, well, I'm not going to do it, we're going to try not to do helmet to helmet hits anymore, it's still going to happen because it's football, and that's what and the other thing is, a lot of these kids, a lot of these people coming up, honestly don't know how to tackle it, and they're leading with their heads, which is part of the problem. But I wanted to ask you this question: if you had if you got a son, would you allow him to play football?
I mean, honestly, I would, but ain't gonna lie. After hearing that is a factor. I mean, I didn't know the percentage was up that high. It's funny. I was getting into a little argument with my debate with my sister about my new nephew playing football. She didn't want him to play, but I can see why. I mean, but like you say, if you're going into it, it's kind of like boxing. You got to go into it knowing that anything can happen. Anything can happen.
You got to know that obviously there's risk. There's risk to it.
But that's in any sport. I mean,
true.
we've seen, a lot of things in different sports like that happen, like soccer, baseball, basketball, different things that's happened. So, I mean, as far as with football, it is more of a contact sport, more than a lot of other sports, but there's really no other way you can make sports safe. I mean, it's players competing.
Right. And everybody's going for
a championship. Yeah, we're not playing in a park. Something.
This isn't a pickup.
Yeah, this ain't no pickup game. We just trying to be healthy. Like,
fun.
Oh yeah, see you next week. Nah, dog. I'm trying to take you out where you're not here next week.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah.
And Big L in the chat room, he says a lot of states doing laws that will eliminate youth football or young football. So
Jesus
sad.
Christ.
I don't know. I don't think you should eliminate it, but you have, as long as the kids are being taught the right way, I think it's fine. Again, there's the risk. So you're the parent. You decide if you want to allow them to play. Mm-hmm. I don't think you take it away totally, though.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Yeah, I think it should be up to the parents, man. Like you said, take away karate then. Take away. I don't like
take away soccer. The thing is,
like Jesus,
people don't realize there's just as many concussions in soccer as there is in football.
Facts.
Because you're using your head. You're doing what they call a header. Mm-hmm. You got to use your head. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people get kicked in the head. I watched a soccer game one time, FC Dallas, here in Dallas Fort Worth. And the guy got literally kicked in the head.
Yeah.
And he was out. He didn't come back for a couple of weeks. So there's risk everywhere. But I just think as long as the kids are being taught correctly, I don't see a problem with it. I think it's good. I think that also teaches camaraderie. That teaches leadership. You get to see stuff in your kids that you didn't know was there.
Absolutely.
I believe.
I think sports should never be able to be taken away from kids, man. I know half of the life lessons I have now came from coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so don't take that